paint. And what that really means is keeping the ball from going inside. You can't let every pass get into the big players. For Las Vegas, it's all about the inside-outside attack, knowing that they can change that up, make the defense work hard for it, and force turnovers. They know that the Lynx have had issues with turnovers, so they're going to need to be aggressive on the defensive end.
The Lynx win the opening tip, so Danielle Robinson will set things up. Kelsey Plum kicked it, so that'll be a dead ball. These head coaches have a history as well. Bill Lambier for the Aces hired Cheryl Reeve in 2006 to be an assistant coach in Detroit. And they've been friends, had a mentorship ever since. And, of course, now rivals.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal when Bill Lambier comes into town. Coach Reeve wants to get that win even more than ever.
Odyssey Sims off the mark. Kayla McBride with the rebound. Young pushes it up. Here's Plum. Looking inside of Wilson. Shot up and over the rim.
There's one of the keys right there with Sylvia Fowles grabbing a rebound, getting the Lynx offense set.
Dantas looks inside, then hands it off to D-Rob. Sims look at the three. Robinson, jump shot good. Danielle Robinson had come off the bench for the previous 7 games, and then on Thursday started against Dallas, started again tonight.
What's so great about Robinson is she is so easy to go with whatever the coaches need from her. Didn't complain at all when they brought Simone in to have her go to the bench. She does whatever is asked of her.
Kayla McBride shot off the mark. One and done for the Aces on both trips down the court. Collier kicks it out. Fouls. Nice touch from Sill.
Really good sign for Minnesota. You need to hit all your perimeter shots going up against the Aces because they're going to hit you in so many ways. Right now, they're still trying to get down low, a mid-range jump shot.
Rookie Jackie Young missed the shot. Collier was there to force it loose, but Plum comes up with the loose ball and then turns it over.
The Lynx can take advantage of the slow start that the Aces are having. And in a game like this, when you're playing a team like Las Vegas that is so good, you have to jump on them. If they have a small little issue, if they have a slow start, you have to jump on them right away.
Capitalize on every opportunity, and so far Minnesota has on the offensive end. Sims makes it a 3 of 4 start for the Lynx. Wilson, the lob pass to Cambage, too strong. That is something Minnesota worked on this morning.
Yeah, that's a big deal for Minnesota. I mean, because everyone knows when the Aces come in here, you're going to see a lot of that high-low, a lot of lob passes dumped in. You got to be able to defend it. Lynx worked on it at shoot-around.
Sims guarded by McBride. Ball still near the top of the key. Robinson drives all the way to the hoop. A nice finish from Danielle Robinson, already with 2 baskets tonight.
Picking up right where they left off in that Dallas game. Nice start to this one.
An 8-0 start for Minnesota. Bill Lambier calls an early timeout. The Lynx are 4 of 5 from the field. Las Vegas is 0 of 3, and the Lynx are off and running. Start for the Lynx here at Target Center, 8-0 over the Aces, Leah.
Well, Minnesota came out so strong defensively, but look at Sylvia Fowles, the way she's handling Liz Cambage. She's moving, she's trying to keep her feet active, and that's really what it's going to be about tonight, down low, being active so you can move quickly around their bigs.
Cambage is 6'8". There's Fowles knocking it away. Play is still alive. McBride drives. She's picked up by Fowles. Finds Cambage streaking through the lane, and Liz gets the finish. And the first basket, first points for Las Vegas.
One thing about Liz Cambage is she will work hard for her shots. And she is physically strong down low, and she does not give up easily.
Collier and Fowles get the handoff. Collier picks up the double team. Fowles again. Back-to-back jump shots for Sill.
Really like the thought that she's doing that, stretching the defense, making them now have to worry about her out on the perimeter.
The Lynx have made 5 of 6 shots. McBride, quick trigger. But that rolls off, and Collier has the rebound. Outlet pass to Fowles. Still ahead of everybody. She's hit from everywhere.
When she runs full court like that, how many bigs can get up and down the court that quickly?
She beat everyone down the court. That's going to be a foul on Damiris Dantas.
And this is what Sylvia Fowles can do. Danielle Robinson sees her sprinting down the court. She gets down ahead of everybody, lays it in. She's had a great start to this one.
Collier knocked the inbounds pass right back out of bounds. And so Jackie Young, the rookie out of Notre Dame, will inbound again. Number 1 overall draft pick, Jackie Young. What a nice find. Cambage spotted Kayla McBride.
The offense looked a little disjointed there for the Aces, but McBride does a nice job of finishing at the basket. McBride traditionally has had good games against Minnesota.
Collier blocked by Cambage, and Young and maybe 3 players got a hand in it. Jackie Young was the top player taken in the draft. Nafisa Collier taken 6th by Minnesota. We have seen some great rookies this season. Collier for 3, drains it. The first shot is up and in, and Minnesota has now made 7 consecutive shots, scored on 7 consecutive possessions. Jackie Young all the way in, though, for the answer.
Aces, remember, they play with a lot of pace. They'll get up and down the court. You have to be ready.
Fowles puts it one way and then the other and then in. Sylvia Fowles is 4 of 4 with 8 points.
Now, this offensive start for all of the Lynx players has been simply outstanding.
And it's Las Vegas that has the most potent interior offense in the league. But right now, it looks like it's all Sylvia Fowles.
Yeah, she came in here and she does love going up against Cambage. So she's going to bring her A game. But look at her moves there, looking each direction, going up strong. She loves this matchup.
Jackie Young to the free throw line. Young averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists out of Notre Dame, but she leads all rookies this season in assists. She's 5th in scoring, 4th in rebounding, 3rd in steals. She's been a really big part of what Las Vegas is doing this season.
Yeah, she's a fantastic player and on both sides of the ball.
Here's Collier. Speaking of fantastic rookies, she finds Fowles right into the defense, into Cambage. And that is something that's interesting to watch in general in the WNBA right now, is the way officials are calling fouls or not calling fouls interior.
Right. It's been a big deal this season. Of course, the Minnesota Lynx and many believe that Sylvia Fowles has been getting fouled, but they have not been calling the fouls. And we're starting to see that change a little bit.
Still hits the first. She has 9 points. Perfect from the floor, 4 of 4. Perfect at the line with that first one. And still comes into this game tonight averaging 14 per game. And she's got herself 10 already. 19-8. A great start for Minnesota. Blocked!
She does it all.
Sylvia Fowles is ready to play tonight.
You could tell with the energy that this team came out in the Lynx and shoot around today that they were going to come out strong. Sylvia Fowles has looked simply outstanding, but the whole team came out with energy, ready to play this Aces squad.
Asia Wilson with the jump shot, her first made basket tonight. That is last year's Rookie of the Year. Just her 4th game back after missing 8 with an ankle injury.
And although her team fared well without her, I'm sure they're thrilled to have her back out there. The length that she brings on both sides of the ball.
Tipped and kept alive on a great defensive play by Sylvia Fowles. Robinson off the dribble. D-Rob. She's a perfect 3 of 3. Minnesota's made 9 of 12 shots.
You needed a team effort to get on this Aces team, and that's what the Lynx have done thus far.
A lot of jump, a lot of energy. Wilson misses, and Collier has the rebound. The Lynx have scored on 10 consecutive possessions, but they won't score on that one. A turnover by Minnesota. And that is the first turnover of the game for the Lynx, who have struggled in that category all season. Knocked away. And Minnesota forces the turnover. Here's Odyssey Sims. Nice crossover. What a move by Sims.
She has looked amazing this season. All kicked off by the defense of Sylvia Fowles once again. the work that they put in this week in practice to get around this Biggs is really paying off.
Odyssey Sims did not score Thursday against Dallas, but look at this.
That's a move that only Odyssey Sims can do. She has that really nice small step back, her ability to get in the lane, move the defense.
Dantas checks out. Minnesota's first sub of the game is Stephanie Talbot. Young gets it to Cambage. Robinson goes to the floor. Offensive foul on Asia Wilson setting the screen. You can tell by the look on her face.
She's shocked.
She can't believe it.
Getting bumped here.
4 Las Vegas turnovers for 6 Minnesota points already. Could have added 3 with that Talbot shot, but it doesn't drop strong off the rim. McBride pushes the other way, leaves it for Young. Wilson kicks it out, and it's stolen away. Turnover number 5 by Las Vegas. Nice bounce pass from Sims to Robinson, and D-Rob has the finish.
Great team basketball by Minnesota right now. They're taking advantage of one of the Aces' weaknesses, and that's turning the ball over.
And they've done it on 3 consecutive possessions, but not that time. Asia Wilson right in between 2 defenders. Talbot started a handful of games as Minnesota shuffled the lineup with injuries. Coming off the bench again, but just like Danielle Robinson, doing what the team needs and producing in any role. Now Las Vegas forces the turnover. Young into Talbot, and Jackie Young converts.
Young does a nice job of using her body to get that shot.
Once again, she was the first Lynx player on the other end of the court, but took a step on that fake. And that's Minnesota's 3rd turnover. (25-14). The Lynx are shooting 73%. Las Vegas shooting 50%, which is pretty good, but it's not often you shoot 50% and find yourself still down by 11. Cambage working on fouls.
She gets into it, doesn't she? A lot of exaggeration there.
And the crowd gets into it. Collier with a nice hesitation and shot. Nafisa Collier off the glass.
And Collier has not played well in the first 2 games against the Aces. Her having a big three-pointer already in this game, and that last shot is key for the Lynx.
McBride's shot rolls out. Rebound by Fowles. Here is Collier. Step back off the front of the rim. The Lynx have already scored their season high in points for the first quarter. Sims off the miss.
The Aces look really wiped out right now.
On Thursday against Dallas, Minnesota had 26 first quarter points. That was a season high. The Lynx are already 1 point beyond that.
That's a great way to start a game.
Young's pass was a little too strong for Cambage streaking down the lane, but it was knocked away.
Now look at the battle down here. Sylvia Fowles doing what she does best. The defense gets the shot blocked out, and then Collier goes to the other end. The rookie isn't intimidated to go up against Asia Wilson, the other rookie of the year last year. Well, I shouldn't say the other rookie of the year. It's not like I know who the rookie of the year is this year.
You just put your vote in, Leah.
That's it.
I'm in favor. Jackie Young. She has 8 points and is the leading scorer for Las Vegas in this game. She only averages 7 for the season. Lexi Brown. Good look from the wing as Lexi Brown is getting her first minutes off the bench, and so is Timmy Fegg-Bentley. Young with a 3-point try and a miss. Las Vegas is 0 of 3 from 3. Minnesota's got 1 make in 3 tries. Here's Brown in the corner, and now Dantas hands back off to Brown. Lexi Brown shot, but a foul before the shot. So the official doesn't even have to say 21, he just said McBride. Leaving no doubt, foul is on Kayla McBride. And that is foul number 1 in this game.
Lynx
inbounds to Sims.
Such a great job of communicating with each other. 10 assists on 12 field goals. Sharing the ball, working it around the perimeter.
Sims, 3 on the shot clock. She has to launch. And did not hit rim, so the shot clock expires. And that is a turnover for the Lynx. Tamara Young has checked in for Las Vegas, and so has Sugar Rogers, the former Minnesota Lynx. So has De'Erica Hamby. And Sydney Colson bringing up the ball. Asia Wilson is the only starter in the game right now for Bill Lambire's Aces. And this is Wilson going right at Damiris Dantas and around Dantas.
When you can see why she is so difficult to defend. She's so long, and her steps to the basket are so quick. She only needs a couple of them.
Averaged 16 points this season, but since the ankle injury in those 3 games, she's averaging 20. And a nice answer by Minnesota.
Sims puts her head down and gets to the basket.
Odyssey Sims, right before the first quarter came to a close, has a nice, strong finish for the Lynx, who shot 62% in that first quarter to Las Vegas's 44%.
Welcome back to Target Center. We're at the start of the second quarter. Lynx leading 29-18 over the Las Vegas Aces. Rookie Nafisa Collier enjoyed her time at the Great Minnesota Get-Together Friday. Her and Timberwolves first-round draft pick Jarrett Culver checked out the sights and sounds of the Minnesota State Fair. Got a Pronto Pup, some Sweet Martha's cookies, of course, and a nice ride down the giant slide. Marty and Leah, I gotta ask, I made it out there. I'm wondering if you guys have been there yet.
We're going next week. Well, right?
You and I?
Oh, you're not together, but
I'll be out of town, but
okay, I'm going next week.
I went actually on that same day. I went on Friday. I did not see Nafisa Collier, but I was there with the family along with about 150-some thousand other people.
A great Minnesota get-together.
Brown hits from 3.
Her confidence is there in this game tonight. She hit one earlier that didn't count.
Lexi Brown gives a spark off the bench. Minnesota has had a great offensive night so far. Hamby, a nice drive by De'Erica Hamby, who may be the 6th woman of the year.
Yeah, she has been so fantastic for this Aces team in stepping in, taking care of business. She can score the ball, get to the basket, and do what she's doing right now, causing havoc on the defensive end.
Dantas tries to go over Hamby, missed the shot. Young, it's Tamara Young, and now Sugar Rogers taps it into the corner. That's Sydney Colson, who played just a few games for Minnesota last year. Hamby, top of the key 3.
And that's the Aces offense that you're used to seeing. This nice job of passing the ball, cutting underneath the basket, looking for the open person up top.
De'Erica Hamby hits the first 3-pointer of the game for Las Vegas. Brown guarded tightly, turns it over. Colson to Rogers, and Sugar's going to shoot that 3.
We remember that.
Sugar Rogers scores 78% of her points behind the 3-point line. And yes, she was with Minnesota, won the 2013 WNBA championship with the Lynx, and Sugar Rogers caps off an 8-0 Las Vegas run. Still a 6-point lead for the Lynx over the Aces. Las Vegas has done a lot of damage in the paint and leads the league in points in the paint, 38.5 points per night inside the painted area. And Cheryl Reeve said before the game that she would like the Lynx to hold Las Vegas to under 30. 29.9, if that's possible, would be okay with Coach Reeve, just not 30.
Yeah, that is her thing. And, you know, both of these teams rely on real post players, real 5s to get a lot of points for them. So you see why they're dominating the paint. But it's not just the post players that are getting the points in the paint, but obviously that's the base of it.
And right now Las Vegas has 16 paint points, and we are not even halfway through the second quarter. So the pace is to score more than 30, which the Lynx are still ahead. And I know Cheryl Reeve will take the win over anything. Offensive foul on Las Vegas. That was De'Erica Hamby. Turnover number 6 for the Aces. So Robinson will try to convert that. And a defensive foul that time. That was on Sugar Rogers. Oh, sorry, Carolyn Swords. I saw the 4, and I thought it was 14. Sugar Rogers. Turns out it is on number 4, Swords. Either way, the result is a basket. That one is from Nafisa Collier.
And Nafisa doing what she does best, moving without the basketball to get into the spot where she needs to get. She has such finesse around the basket.
Rogers knocked away by Danielle Robinson. Good job on the defensive end. Robinson with 8 points for Minnesota. Defending Rogers now. Gets the ball to Swords, but tied up by Damaris Dantas.
Damaris really has looked so good this season and doing all kinds of things for this team. Just another player that has a great court sense.
Carolyn Swords and Damaris Dantas will jump it up. Carolyn Swords at 6'6". Dantas 6'3". And goes out of bounds before Sims can chase it down. That'll be Las Vegas ball. Here comes Liz Cambage to check back in.
We go to the equipment reverse Las Vegas ball.
Cambage has had a really quiet night on the offensive end. She's played 9 minutes before she went out and rested here, but took just 2 shots. 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points, 1 rebound. Rogers finally gets it in to Colson, and then the lob pass deflected on the shot, and the Lynx come away with it. Robinson with Cambage ahead of her, into the hands of Dantas. Damaris Dantas, right place, right time.
The rookie, the Collier, got that rolling.
Ooh, great pass from Colson. She found De'Erica Hamby streaking down the court like a quarterback finds a wide receiver. She did.
Collier is doing all kinds of things for the team tonight, and one of them is on the defensive end of the court. She goes straight up, gets the block, is able to grab it, get him going. One thing about the Aces, boy, they can push the ball up and down, and if you want to run with them, you better get ready because they push. They play with more pace than anybody else in the league.
De'Erica Hamby converts the free throw. It's a 7-point game. The Lynx led by as many as 15. Nice drive. But Danielle Robinson, her last maybe 3 shots have been really good looks, and she is just a half an inch off. Wilson, right down the middle. Asia Wilson, 8 points now for Vegas.
It looks like the Aces are starting to settle into their offense now, doing what they normally do. Sims has an outlet in Collier, short off the rim, and here's Kayla McBride. McBride has just 2 points. She was an all-star this year, 3 all-stars on this Aces team. Liz Cambage, Kayla McBride, and Asia Wilson. In fact, Wilson was the 2nd highest vote getter behind Elena Deladon, so she was one of the team captains. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and unfortunately, obviously, she wasn't there, which allowed Nafisa Collier to get the call, but Wilson is a popular player in this league. She does an incredible amount in the community. She's a fun player to watch. Look at Cambage, and fouls just getting physical there. The referee's letting them play until the very end. That's why Cambage does all that, because she knows she can get fouls from that. She uses her body and uses her body looking to see if they're going to make the call. Let's see how much. Here's the first one. Not supposed to drop your elbow, and she's not. She's using her full body.
Well, the whistle came at the very end, and I do not think Sylvia Fowles got any bit of Liz Cambage at the end there. If you want to call that physical contact, if you say that bumping is just too much, that's fine. Establish that early, but at the very end when she released that shot, there was no contact.
Like that's what it was.
Well, Cambage made both free throws. Now she has 4 points. It is a 15-4 Las Vegas run, and that'll even it up. Cambage gets called for the foul on Sims.
Keep an eye now on this. Cambage and fouls down low. And Cambage is contesting it per her usual.
Talbot has the inbound pass deflected, and Hamby comes away with it. De'Erica Hamby all the way in for the layup.
It's a great hustle by Hamby. Doesn't give up on the play.
Talbot, top of the key to Robinson. Here's Steph Talbot. Trying to dump it off inside to Fowles. Deflected into the hands of Collier, and now Robinson takes a little contact, but again with the miss. After a great start, Robinson just hasn't been able to find that finishing touch. Now an off-ball foul, that is on Talbot.
No one on the court is happy right now.
I don't think anyone in the stands is happy listening to the
yelling happening.
Fans on that last possession were outright just yelling at the officials. I could not make out what in particular the argument was, but there was an argument. Jackie Young, the rookie, handling the ball again back in for Las Vegas. They swing it around to Hamby. Drives baseline, kicks it out. Wilson, and then knocked away. They tried to go inside to Cambage.
And they will continue to do that. And that's why it's so important just not to let the passes go in all of the time, because they will keep dumping and dumping and dumping, and that's why, the Aces get to that free throw line so much.
Yes, Las Vegas leads the league in free throw attempts. Cambage.
That was a nice pass.
That was really nice. Very quick ball movement. The first lead of this game for Las Vegas. Sims. Cambage backs off, but Sims can't finish. Minnesota's shooting percentage down to 52%. Kayla McBride, nice move out the left hand high off the glass.
She's working hard out there, McBride. Trying to get to the basket.
Cheryl Reeve will call a timeout after a 13-0 Las Vegas run. And you knew the Aces would have an answer. You just didn't know when and how. And it turns out it's right now at Target Center. Join Fox Sports North for the 8th annual Mustache Run, Saturday, November 30th, near the Stone Arch Bridge in Minneapolis. There are race distances for everyone, including a 5K, up to a half marathon, and even a Little Mo Kids Mile. Plus, all runners receive a commemorative winter hat, custom mustache medal, and post-race after party. Register now with code FSN19 and save $5 on early registration fees. To register or for more information, visit mustacherun.com. It's a 13-0 Las Vegas run. Sims, Shorts, and Cambage grabs the rebound.
Marnie, it was really the bench for Vegas that got them back into this game. A 13-3 difference from the benches. And really, the Young and Hamby and Colson and Rogers pulled this team back out of it.
Yeah, the 3 Minnesota bench points would be the Lexi Brown three-pointer. And that's it. Collier turns it over. Young. Robinson picks her up. Jackie Young gets the shot off. Asia Wilson is there for the offensive rebound. Miss gets it back again. Trying to find space there. McBride on the kick out. Rims out. And there's Fowles finally to secure it.
It was a good low post defense by the Minnesota Lynx. Did not allow Asia Wilson to go up with the shot. Didn't foul her either.
Danielle Robinson to Donkus. Mears with the handoff to Sims. Sims drives into the paint, dumps it off to Fowles. And there is a whistle before the shot. Bill, how about the first quarter she had? 4 of 4, 10 points. But in the second quarter, just one shot. And it was a miss. So Sylvia Fowles still sitting on those 10 points. She has 4 rebounds. But all that came, the points anyway, in the first quarter. Dantas nearly had it knocked away. Sims 4 on the shot clock. Robinson takes the shot. It rims out. And after a 4-for-4 shot, or starts, Danielle Robinson has gone 0-for-4. Wilson into the defense. And I think that's going to go on Sill.
I believe it will. Sill's not going to let her in the lane, even if she has to fall.
Number 3 on Sylvia fouls, and that'll get Timmy Fake-Benley up again. So here's Asia Wilson at the line. The 4th fastest player to 1,000 points in WNBA history. The single fastest would be Cynthia Cooper. The second, Simone Augustus.
Simone Augustus, one of the great ones.
One of the greats. Asia Wilson knocks down that second free throw. We have yet to see Augustus in this game tonight, but as far as we know, healthy and has played since having that knee surgery, but is working her way back. It's just great to see her on the court again.
Coach Reeve talked about she influences the players just by being on the court with them.
Dantas, baseline 3, and the Lynx needed that. Damaris Dantas ends a 14-0 run by Las Vegas.
Damaris to be able to make that shot now is so big for the Lynx. Forces them to stretch their defense.
Wilson kicks it out to Erica Hamby. A little strong, and Robinson has the rebound with 4 Aces players ahead of her. Somehow finds Fake-Benley. The kick out to Collier. Fee off the mark. Nafisa Collier, 3 of 8 from the floor with 7 points. And a push as Kayla McBride went to the ground. This is a pretty intense, physical game, and we are not to halftime yet. The foul is on. Who did it? The foul has already been taken off the board here, so I think it was Timmy Fake-Benley. Yeah, that's the last foul I have listed here. So we'll go with Fake-Benley on the foul screen. We didn't see a replay. Swords to Wilson. And Asia Wilson has really nice moves.
She really does, and the defense on her right now is pretty solid. I mean, the Lynx are working down low, trying to keep that ball from coming in, and she's still scoring.
Lexi Brown looked at the 3. Look at Vegas with the defense, too. Not giving the Lynx an inch to breathe. Brown catches Las Vegas in rotation, and Lexi Brown hits a 3-pointer.
That's the way that the Lynx can win this game, is players like Lexi Brown step up and hit those shots.
Hamby kicks it out and around, and it's eventually McBride. And an offensive rebound by Swords. And the outlet pass goes, what they say, went off the fingertips of one of the Lynx players. I'm guessing off Timmy Fake-Benley. And it will be Las Vegas basketball.
Minnesota needs help from their bench, so when Lexi Brown gets in here and can hit big 3-pointers like that, it's a game changer.
Wilson hands off to Young. Young to McBride at the shot fake. Another shot fake and a nice move, but McBride can't finish. And then a foul as the rebound went loose, and that will be against the Lynx.
McBride's really struggling on the offensive end.
And that is Fake-Benley's second foul.
First 2 games against Minnesota, she had 18 and 22 points, McBride.
Tonight, 4 points on 2 of 9 shooting. Carolyn Swords at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Misses the first, and Stephanie Talbot checks in. Damaris Dantas goes out with those 2 fouls. Swords averages 3 points for Las Vegas. And hit that second free throw. Robinson off the dribble, and she's fouled. Chance for a 3-point play for Danielle Robinson. She has not stopped pulling the trigger, and I love that about her.
Look at that.
That's a tough shot.
That's a tough shot, and then she is sent flying.
Robinson started on Thursday against Dallas, but she come off the bench the previous 7 games. But even when she was coming off the bench, she was averaging her same average, right around 10 points per game. And she will embrace the role. What is it, Coach? What do you need me to do? She's that kind of player.
Yep, she has no ego in that space, and that's been absolutely good news for Minnesota.
Young missed the shot. Bentley had the rebound. Kelsey Plum got in there for the jump ball. Plum has played just 7 minutes in this game, has zeros across the board, has not even taken a shot.
And that's another player who really lit up Minnesota. The last time we played her, I think she had 5 3-pointers.
Plum averages 8 per game. She is a prolific NCAA scorer, the all-time leader, and also a single-season leader out of Washington. She made such a splash in the league, and I remember her coming in and just how excited people were to see what she would be like at this level.
Well, her scoring has obviously quieted down quite a bit, but she continues to be a good player on this team. I really like how she fits into this team because it puts fear in your heart when she's standing out there on that 3-point line and you're trying to focus so much on the paint.
Las Vegas gets a look at it, but there's Stephanie Talbot with the steal right before the buzzer. And so after Las Vegas went on a 14-0 run, the Lynx answered back 9-3, and that closed the gap. It even brought Minnesota back into the lead. And so we will go into halftime with the Lynx leading by 2. The officials wanted to step to the side to make sure that there was no call before that halftime buzzer. And they're conferring right now and saying, nope, we're good. This is it. Halftime stands 45-43. The Lynx lead it by 2.
And I think you can tell right now by the energy that everyone's playing with how this is the game's leading into the playoffs.
Let's check in with Katie Emmer. She has Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, thanks, Marnie. Nafisa, your team scored a season-high 29 points in that first quarter alone. What created the spark at the start of this game?
I think we came out really aggressive. We were locked in. We knew what we had to do on offense. We were moving the ball, so I think we just came out with kind of a sense of urgency.
Nafisa, thanks. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Nafisa Collier standing out in that first half. We'll show some of her and the rest of the Lynx stats and highlights after the break. And we also caught up with a very special guest right here at Minneapolis. Stay with us on Fox Sports North. The Lynx with a 2-point lead over the Aces at the half. Welcome back to Target Center. Moments away from the start of the third quarter, and I'm joined by assistant coach Shelly Patterson. Quite the offensive start. Your team scored a season-high 29 points in that first quarter alone. What did you see out of that first half?
One thing, we're pushing the ball, pushing tempo, we're playing with pace, and we're actually passing the ball and distributing to each other and getting some extras.
What was Coach Reed's message at the half to head in and capitalize in this game tonight?
Well, one of the things we have to do to win this game tonight is keep them from scoring in the paint. They already have 28 points in the paint. Our goal was to only give them 30, so we have a lot of making up to do.
Coach, thank you and good luck.
You got it.
Marnie, Leah.
Thank you, Katie. And yes, Shelly Patterson said it. We mentioned it on the broadcast that Cheryl Reeve wanted her team to hold Las Vegas to under 30 paint points. And the Aces right now have 28.
Yeah, that is not an easy thing to do.
Unless they score only one more paint point, which is really hard to do.
Really tough second half on defense. Let's see if they can do it. Cambage. And now Young.
Cambage dribbled it out of bounds off the pass. And so a sloppy start for Las Vegas right out of the gates. A turnover on the first offensive possession.
Yeah, a lot of banging happening down there with Cambage and fouls.
It is no doubt a physical game in the paint. Danielle Robinson leads Minnesota in scoring 11 points in the first half. Sylvia Fowles had 10. All 10 were in the first quarter. Look at her trying to get position right now.
And I hate for her to work that hard and not get the ball. When she is calling for it like that, you have to get it to her.
Still had a chance at the offensive rebound. Minnesota got it, and Collier is the beneficiary. Damiris Dantas grabbed the board. Collier hit the three. And that makes 10 second chance points for Minnesota to 3 for Las Vegas.
And I think Collier really could be the X factor in this game if she can continue to hit those shots from outside, rebound, do all the things that she does so well.
Wilson misses. Robinson to Collier. Fouls. She hit a couple jump shots in the first quarter. Can't hit that one. Still stuck on 10 points, all in the first quarter from Sill tonight. 10 points, 5 boards. Jackie Young. She had 8 in the first half. Kelsey Plum will have to go to the backcourt to track that one down. Plum did not score, did not take a shot in the first half. And there's her first shot of the game off the rim. You mentioned it, Leah. Kelsey had 21 last time she was in this building. 5 out of 8 from 3.
Yeah, she really makes a huge difference when she sits out there on the three-point line and you're putting all your focus on Cambage and Wilson. She had a field day.
Wilson had her shot blocked that time. There's a look at Kelsey. Kelsey Plum. And here's Dantas. Taking on Asia Wilson. Nice move and nice finish by Damiris Dantas.
Yeah, like the spin moves. They'll work a lot on that. Yesterday in practice, today in shoot-around. Nice little spin moves around the basket. You know, the way you get good at that is by doing it over and over and over again.
Collier bothered Cambage. Got up behind her when she had the ball over her head. Here's Wilson. 4 on the shot clock. Cambage has to take the long shot and puts a nice touch and a nice finish. Liz Cambage up to 8 points.
I will say that it does look like, I noticed this in the first half too, that Las Vegas looks real winded out there. And they are in the middle of a 3-game road trip. But
Robinson, nice touch on the scoop. 13 points for D-Rod. Yeah, Las Vegas played Friday night in Connecticut, and there was a lot of hype around that game.
Big game.
#1 position in the WNBA, actually the top 4, still kind of shuffling around. That's one thing to love about the league this year. Dantas picks up her 3rd foul. But Vegas was there all the way to the end. Connecticut won that game. Yeah, and then had Las Vegas yesterday had to travel from Connecticut here to Minnesota. Game tonight.
They'll head to Indiana, so they got a nice little stretch here to finish out the season.
But Liz Cambage took some contact and then let the referees know.
Yeah, she does let you know, too.
No whistle on the play. Still a 5-point lead for the Lynx. Dantas will try it from 3, and she can hit that shot. Offensive rebound, Sims. Sims through the defense.
Travel.
It looks like she's lost a little bit of the handle, but I didn't think she picked up the basketball.
Yeah, everyone seems a little perplexed by that one. Good.
So it'll be Ace's basketball off the turnover. Down by 5 with Young running the point. Here's De'Erica Hamby. In for Kelsey Plum as the first sub of the game. Up ahead to Dantas. She catches the pass from Robinson. A nice heads-up play and a great find from Robinson. 10 fast break points in the game for Minnesota.
The Lynx beating the Aces right now on their own style of basketball. Getting turnovers and pushing the pace.
A little too strong. Wilson looking for Cambage. That is the 9th turnover for the Aces. Both teams have 9.
Fouls gets it right out to Robinson, who has a great outlet pass to Dantas. Her ability to get up and down the court and start the fast break.
Fouls. Has not made a basket outside of the first quarter, but makes a pass to Collier, cutting through the lane. And Nafisa Collier makes a great finish. 5 for 10, 12 points for Collier. And an assist to Sylvia Fowles, her first of the night. Wow, we have a great game here at Target Center tonight, and Sylvia Fowles has shown up to play. Look at this pass from Sil.
And I love the decision-making that she makes here, taking her time, getting it to the rookie who finishes off. The rookie gives her due by saying, I see you, or I got you, whatever she said, and just nice-looking basketball.
I think she said nice pass.
All right.
Thank you very much. The Lynx are on an 11-4 run here in this second half, and if you go back to the way the first half ended, it's 20-7, the run for Minnesota. Wilson in between two defenders. Dantas knocks it away on the rebound. A nice play by Demiris Dantas to get that ball to Robinson.
Yeah, the Lynx just doing a very nice job, down low in particular.
Trying to get it to Collier. That time Hamby knocked it away. It'll be Minnesota basketball. Robinson with the inbound. Fowles. Yeah, just about too strong, but Robinson tiptoed the line there. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Ooh, it could have been blocked by McBride, but somewhere there was physical contact. And Robinson's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, great job by Robinson. There was nothing there, and she got herself some points.
And they'll give the foul to Jackie Young. Here's Danielle Robinson at 13 points. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 2 of 2. Fans, all season long, you've shown your dedication to the Lynx and have brought the energy to Target Center night in and night out. So on September 1st, the Lynx want to show you how much it's meant at Fan Appreciation Night presented by Star Tribune. Every fan in attendance will receive a special Lynx poster. Get your tickets now at lynxbasketball.com. Knocked away, loose ball. Asia Wilson picks it up. Hamby, top of the key. Knocked away by Collier. Nafisa with the steal and the pass to Sil. Finished by Fowles.
Lisa Collier and Sil Fowles are playing some amazing basketball together. The connection, they're reading it well. They're getting up and down the court.
Sylvia Fowles just had her first point since the first quarter. Wilson travel. And when that Minnesota defense gets rolling, this is the result. And they're playing actually on both ends of the court. The result of this steal. Great pass.
Yeah, I love the fact that Nafisa gets the ball and just starts pushing it down court so hard. And Sil's just run it.
We've seen Sylvia Fowles beat everyone else down the court at least 3 times tonight. And pick up another whistle.
Hey, look at the defense that Sylvia Fowles is dealing with. And I do feel like in games like this, she plays her best basketball. But she is battling down when she wanted that ball. That's why I say when she's calling for it, you got to get it to her.
And that is the 3rd foul on Liz Cambage. Fowles has only shot 2 free throws tonight. Minnesota as a team is 5 of 5. Las Vegas 7 of 9. So either way, there just hasn't been a lot of attempts at the free throw line for either team. In particular, though, for Minnesota. Fowles converts again. That is a 10-0 Minnesota run. Vegas offensively has turned it over 4 times in the last 5 possessions. And Hamby nearly traveled there. Colson. Cambage has it. And I think this is Dantas. Demiris Dantas. Let's get foul on Asia Wilson.
Pretty physical down there.
Stephanie Talbot comes back in. Dantas will sit down after picking up her 4th foul. So back up to a big 15-point lead for Minnesota, which ties the lead that the Lynx established in the first half. But as we saw in the first half, Las Vegas had an answer.
This game's not going to be over until the last second because Las Vegas has so many ways to get back into it.
McBride rattles that one out. Robinson. A lot of room in the middle of the court for Danielle Robinson. She'll just stop and hit it herself.
Great read there by Danielle. Saw what was open and took it.
17 points for Danielle Robinson, who averages 10. Stolen away. Sims. Shovel pass to D-Rob. Fouled. The Lynx have Las Vegas flustered.
Yeah, Minnesota taking advantages right now. All the weaknesses that the Aces have shown, and they're pushing the pace, getting up and down.
Look at this quarter score. 19-4. Wow. Robinson short on the free throw. Carolyn Sword and Sugar Rogers check in for Las Vegas. And Robinson will try to add to this 17-point night. He does. So make it a 13-0 run for the Lynx. Now the Aces have turned it over 5 times in 7 possessions. Young rattles in and down. Tamara Young, the veteran, ends the drought. Sims pulls up the dribble and hits the shot. That is 8 consecutive times that the Lynx have scored on offense.
Odyssey has such great control of the basketball.
Amby to Tamara Young. Kicks it out to Rogers. Sugar for 3.
That's what she does.
That's what she does, and Lynx fans know it. They've seen it. Sugar Rogers is 2 of 2 behind the arc tonight. Still a 15-point Lynx lead. The foul is Odyssey Sims trying to pass it around with Talbot. That's on Sydney Colson. And here comes Lexi Brown off the bench. Brown has 6 points, and look at the hand for Danielle Robinson. Lynx fans giving her some love as she sits down with 18 points.
The crowd appreciates her effort and her enthusiasm for this game. She always has a smile on her face.
She's one of the most likable people
Agreed.
around. Nice move by Collier. Going to the left hand. And Nafisa Collier showing off some moves there. A nice touch from the rookie.
So versatile. Can score that ball in so many different ways.
Foul by Sims.
This is a rookie, folks. Stepping in. Nice little floater right in the lane. Lynx coaches say they love coaching her because she's open to be coached. She wants to know what she has done wrong, and she's quick to correct it.
And this is 11 consecutive games for Fee, scoring in double figures. Colson didn't even draw a rim, and there is Sims to pick up the loose ball. Talbot crosses over, and now Sims top of the key finds Fee. What a find by Odyssey Sims, and a great finish by Nafisa Collier.
This is the team that may be playing their best basketball this season right now.
Rogers guarded by Brown. Off the screen, a tough screen too by Carolyn Sword. Amby. Now Young puts it on the deck. Tamara Young rattles home a shot. 4 points for Tamara Young off the bench. The Lynx have scored on 10 consecutive possessions, 13 of 15 possessions in this quarter. Sims will try to make the score at the free throw line. It is a foul on Young.
So when you're moving without the ball, that's what makes you a great player, and Nafisa Collier has done that. She gets to the basket, a direct beeline where she doesn't look like anyone else is noticing her, but she gets there. That's one of the things that's an unteachable thing. She came here with that skill.
Collier is in the very small pool of candidates for Rookie of the Year. Sims hits the first free throw. And Jackie Young of the Aces would certainly be in that conversation.
Outstanding year as well.
We already heard you say Collier has your vote.
Oops, did I say that earlier?
Really didn't hide it very well, Leah. Odyssey Sims with 9 points, and the Lynx are 9 of 10 at the free throw line. And now Sims is in double digits. Sydney Colson will set things up for the Aces. 19 is the biggest lead for Minnesota. Final minute of the third quarter. Young off the dribble. Tamara Young has had a couple of big baskets here late in the third. Minnesota's coming off that win over Dallas on Thursday. Vegas had a loss at Connecticut on Friday. Collier, a little strong on the three-point try. Nearly stolen away by Feg Bentley. Rogers with 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And a blocking foul that no Lynx fan likes. And every Lynx fan will let the referees know about.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Oh, I don't think it's the worst call in the world.
Sugar Rogers drove to the hoop. Oh, nice. Cheryl can't believe it. Fans are not holding back.
Not easy out there being an official.
Just gonna let that background noise take over. Here we go. Final 20 seconds here of what has been a fantastic third quarter for Minnesota. In fact, the third quarter for Las Vegas is really where you could argue the Aces lost the game in Connecticut on Friday. Just didn't come out and play well. Clock's winding down. Sims had to let it rip. Hit the back of the rim. Tammy has the rebound for a long kick. 3/4 court. A really impressive third quarter for the Lynx. Scored on 14 of their 18 possessions in the third. And Minnesota has a nice lead. And Indiana loses at Seattle. The Lynx clinch their postseason berth. Washington won tonight. Atlanta over Dallas. And I couldn't read that other score. All I'm watching is Indiana and Seattle because Minnesota's sitting in that 7th seed. And basically the magic number is 2. Combination of Lynx wins, Fever losses. Every team in the league is playing tonight. So Indiana a couple hours behind us playing in Phoenix, or in Seattle. And if those two things happen, Minnesota wins, Indy losses. It's a playoff bound for the 9th consecutive year for Cheryl Reeve and the Minnesota Lynx.
Well, this is why basketball at this time of the year is so exciting, is because you can feel the energy from both of these teams. It's an important game for Las Vegas as well, as they're trying to move up to that top spot. And so they're here fighting for that. We're here trying to get into the playoffs, and there's a different level of energy in this basketball.
The officials are going to check for a flagrant foul on this last play. Flagrant 1, flagrant 2, or just a common foul. And the verbiage on this, and it's all interpretation, but the verbiage is unnecessary or unnecessary and excessive. So we'll look at Sugar Rogers coming in there and just laying out Tammy Feg Bentley. We'll see another look at it here. That's kind of the tail end of it. But I think what we'll look at is Rogers and where she hit Feg Bentley. Anything in the head, mouth, face, neck area, that is immediate concern. There's a better look at it. Looks like Sugar really gave a forearm there. So if the officials determine that this is unnecessary, that is a flagrant 1. If the officials determine it's unnecessary and excessive, that's a flagrant 2, and Sugar Rogers will be ejected. Of course, it could also just be a common foul, and I think the officials have made their decision and forgot to tell it. So I'm leaning, looking down the way, and it's a common foul. So, foul on Sugar Rogers after all of that. That is the result. Minnesota will inbound basketball. No free throws. No flagrant foul. Talbot.
Interesting game here watching how differently the Vegas is using their bench and scored 25 points. Minnesota has 6, all from Lexi Brown.
A couple of threes. Those are the 6 points. Well, after Minnesota turned it over on the Lynx possession, there's a foul now on this end. And that goes against Temi Fegbenley. That'll be her 3rd. Temi was at the receiving end of that Sugar Rogers foul on the other end. Rogers now to De'Erica Hamby, guarded by Fegbenley, and now here's Rogers. Hamby tried to get it off before the shot clock, and that is a violation. Excellent defense there by Minnesota, really working on some of the concepts that Coach Reed and her staff has set out the last couple days in practice. Turnover number 13 by the Aces. Lynx have got 22 points off of the 13 turnovers. Hoping for at least a couple more here. Robinson with a season high 18 points. Fegbenley, nice shot fake.
Good decision making there by Fegbenley.
24 points for Minnesota off of turnovers, and there's another Las Vegas turnover.
A lot of miscommunication right now. You can see the frustration on the faces of the Las Vegas players.
Vegas came in tonight 3rd in the standings in the WNBA. 24 points to 11 off turnovers. And those top 4 seeds all get a bye in round 1. The top 2 seeds get a bye in round 2. Those are just single elimination games in the playoff. So spots 1 and 2 are huge. Dantas nails it. Damaris Dantas, 11 points. So Las Vegas sitting in 3rd, does not want to slip out of the top 4 and would like to be in the top 2.
After that loss to Connecticut, Las Vegas said we have to do some soul searching to figure out what's happening. And at this point in the season, you want to be playing your best basketball, and I really will say that about Minnesota. I think they're in a flow right now that's starting to be their best basketball.
And Collier's a big reason why. Nafisa Collier checks back into the game. Collier has 16 points. And so here's a look at the standings. Vegas came in just a game and a half out of first. The Lynx were pretty much neck and neck, 7 and 8 right there. And then there's a drop-off between 8 and 9. So it was unlikely that any of the top 8 would change. Rogers hits the deep 3, meaning those are probably the 8 that will go to the postseason. What order those 8 are in,
it's a big difference.
We'll probably know.
Single elimination games.
Yep, it has changed the dynamic of the plan. Fegbenley again, this time works around, goes to her right hand. Temi has 4 quick points. And a nice spurt here in the 4th quarter for the Lynx. Tamara Young strong off the glass. Lexi Brown came flying in to tap that ball, and she's going to get whistled for the foul. Sylvia Fowles will come back in, and Damaris Dantas checks out. Cambage also back in. So let's keep an eye on the paint matchup. By the way, points in the paint. Right now, Las Vegas has 32, and that's 2 more than Cheryl Reeve wanted to allow. But at halftime, Vegas had 28.
So they've done the work that she's asked. They still have 7 minutes left in this.
Tipped by Danielle Robinson, so that will not be a turnover by the Aces.
And it has to be such a focus with this Las Vegas team, because if you let them score early and often in the paint, they're so difficult to stop, but it's physically exhausting to play that type of defense an entire game.
Exactly, and you look at what Sylvia Fowles just did and the reaction on Liz Cambage in her face. It is frustration. Like, I am so sick of having this player on my back the entire night. And there was, again, another reaction. You and I just pointed to it. Stolen away by Robinson with the finish.
Let's see representing the bench for Minnesota tonight.
28 points off turnovers. Odyssey Sims is loving it, and so are these Lynx fans. Hamby gets position in the paint, kicks it back out. Robinson almost had another one. Hamby beats a lot of traffic there. That's going to be a foul on Collier.
Robinson has done so much, but her ability to turn you over and then push the pace on the other end, Lexi's there to finish it up. She has just looked so good in this game right from the start.
Aces have 4 points in the paint in the second half, and that is significant. Young just told the referees that is a foul, and the referees agree, giving it to Sill. That'll be number 4. But I agree with that. There was too much contact. That was a foul, and Tamara Young deserves to go to the free throw line. And she will. Young misses the first. Join us for Back to School Night presented by Rasmussen College on August 27th when we take on the Chicago Sky at Target Center. During that game, we will honor the great teachers of Minnesota and we'll be giving away socks and sunglasses at the booth in section 121. So lock in your seats now at lynxbasketball.com. 81-62, the Lynx are in control in the fourth quarter at Target Center. Fig Bentley had it knocked away. Cambage, I think, was surprised that the ball ended up in her hands. She couldn't hang on to it. So Fig Bentley will inbound. And Minnesota started off this game so well, played a great first quarter, built a 15-point lead. Las Vegas went on a 14-0 run, and suddenly we had a ball game. And then the third quarter, Lynx just came out on fire. And it has been like that the entire second half. Collier adds to the lead.
And she really has been such a key part of this. Her ability to do so many things for this team.
18 points for Collier. Ooh, and Lexi Brown defending against Cambage. Nearly had a clean swipe, but Cambage will have a chance for a couple tries at the free throw line. Minnesota continues with the lead at Target Center. Children recovering from a long-term illness have another hurdle to face, and that's going back to school. Twin Cities Great Clips Salons are supporting this cause by raising funds in a cut-a-thon Saturday, August 24th through Friday, August 30th. A portion of proceeds from full re-entry program at Children's Minnesota. Ask your stylist at any participating Great Clips for details or visit childrensmn.org/Great Clips. Minnesota is in control in the fourth quarter. Liz Cambage at the free throw line. It's the second.
Minnesota's offense has been extremely efficient, scoring 19 out of 23 possessions. Scoring at 19 out of 23 possessions, so that says to me the team's communicating, talking, sharing the ball.
Make it 20 out of 24 possessions now, thanks to Nafisa Collier. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Collier.
Look at the move here, uses her strength in the body.
Collier now at 21 to lead all scorers in this game. Las Vegas is going to have to regroup after this, continue on this road trip, and has a really tough schedule finishing out the season, and not just tough because of opponents. In fact, I think there's only one remaining opponent for Las Vegas with an above 500 record, but the road is tough for Vegas, just being on the road for 4 of their last 5 games. An airball shot, and Lexi Brown comes away with it. Play the final 5 here. Yep. So after this game tonight, the Aces will go to Indiana, then play one home game. That's against Los Angeles. Then at Atlanta, at Phoenix.
Yeah, so that's when you realize, boy, that things could be changing on that top part of the standings right to the end of the season.
Hamby, top of the key. A little strong Cambage with the tap right into the hand of Temi Fegbenli. Nice pass, nice find, Collier. Boy, she has done that on a couple of occasions tonight. Nafisa Collier knows where to go on the court.
She does. She does add this all into her amazing rookie campaign she's on.
Stolen away by Robinson. Danielle, 2 more to that season high. 20 points now for D-Rob.
Whatever she had for breakfast this morning, I want some of it.
It is a party at Target Center on a Sunday night. Lynx fans are loving this. What a show by Minnesota. What a night for Danielle Robinson. A season-high 20 points on 8 of 12.
Players in the WNBA, and she can get up and down the court, making great decisions, taking care of her teammates, turning the other team over, quickly get to the basket and finishing. She has done a lot from the get-go, but the 8 assists stands out on this team. She has been outstanding.
2 assists shy of a double-double, already a season-high in points. Offensive rebound. Erica Hamby chased down by Lexi Brown. And Lexi will run the point here. Final 4 minutes of the game. Collier. And Bridget Carlton in just her second Lynx game after signing a 7-day contract on Thursday. Came in and played on Thursday night against the Wings. About a minute of playing time. There's Carlton, the rookie out of Iowa State. Minnesota just needed another power forward. Temi Fegbenli has been playing a little bit more in the paint, a little more of a 5. Yep. Lynx were short of 4. In comes Bridget Carlton.
I'm guessing she wasn't sure she was going to get in this game tonight, so that has to be pretty exciting.
Especially not with 3.5 minutes to play. 4 when she came in. Tamara Young. Young off the bench has 9 points for the Aces. And the Lynx have started off the 4th quarter making 8 of 9 from the floor. And really have just absolutely turned it on in the second half. Hamby with the rebound off the Brown miss. Jackie Young fouled from behind. That's on Lexi Brown. I think we've seen more fouls called in the 4th quarter than we saw in the first 3 combined. Las Vegas is 13 of 6, 11 of 12. And this is Jackie Young. Collier looking at Bridget Carlton.
Yeah, I thought she might just get her the ball down there.
Give and go with Fegbenli. And Temi Fegbenli has had a really nice game off the bench. Now with 6 points, a couple of rebounds, 15 minutes of court time for Temi Fegbenli. And Jackie Young answers. Vegas had a 14-0 run in that second quarter, but then the Lynx just hit the gas. 92-56 has been the score since that. Sorry, not 92-56. We have a total of 92 points, which, by the way, ties the season high for the Lynx. We're going to work on that stat. Let me just clear that up, Leah. Let me get on my calculator and
get back to that one.
Yeah.
But I will say this about Connecticut. I'll say this about Las Vegas. I feel like they never got in the flow of this game after Minnesota had that strong first quarter. Even though they did have the run, the 14-0 run, it took something out of them that first quarter and that the way the Lynx started this game.
Sydney Colson is whistled for the foul. Carlton inbounds, gets it to Feg Bentley. Final minute 45. The Lynx will play it out here. Minnesota is hoping to clinch a playoff berth tonight. Wow, D-Rob with the contact and the finish and one.
She knew she was going to get that too.
She is not going to hit cruise control. Robinson is continuing with the aggression we've seen all night. That's as nice a hoop as she's had tonight. Robinson at 22 points. Her career high is 36. She can fill it up, but this is a season high, 23.
I just like her decision making in this game has been so good. She's been pushing the pace and showing her speed, but then making great decisions and distributing the ball as well as scoring.
Jackie Young's had a nice spurt here in the fourth quarter. 14 points for the rookie. Carlton. Good pass to Feg Bentley. Strong off the glass. And back to Feg Bentley. Friendly bounce there. Lynx have a season high in points. Feg Bentley tied up. There's Carlton. Three from the baseline. Target center loves it.
Welcome to the Minnesota Lynx.
Bridget Carlton with her first basket as a member of the Minnesota Lynx and as a member of the WNBA. Knocked out of bounds. And Las Vegas will maintain possession. That's got to be a great feeling for Bridget Carlton, the Big 12 Player of the Year, coming in from Iowa State, set school records there in scoring average and total points last season. And hitting a three from the baseline.
Pretty exciting.
Under 30 seconds to go in what will be a really impressive showing for the Lynx here tonight. Robinson. And now Collier. The shot fake. Brown will take it. Had to get one up, but she's been awfully close on a lot of shots that have rimmed out. Sydney Colson. The three to answer. And Robinson has the basketball. The music plays and the fans are on their feet. Entertainment here at Target Center. And we talked before the game, Leah, about Minnesota making a good showing against a good team, but I don't know that we saw this domination coming.
Yeah, we didn't see this coming, and the way they started the game really set the tone. The energy they came out with, the defense. They worked on that crazy defense, and it was effective throughout this entire game.
The second half shooting percentage for the Lynx, 68%. Just